Imagine walking into a field where the ground is glowing red with ripe tomatoes as far as the eye can see. Within hours, those tomatoes are washed, cooked, and sealed into jars. How does such a fragile fruit survive the trip from vine to pantry? Let's explore. Have you ever wondered how a tiny tomato seed becomes the bright red sauce on your pizza and pasta? The United States is a tomato powerhouse. California grows about 95% of the nation's processing tomatoes, turning out over 10 million short tons each year. In peak season, a single modern plant can cook and bottle nearly 441,000 pounds of sauce in a day, and high-speed lines fill up to 1,000 jars per minute, each sealed to lock in color, flavor, and safety. But before that sauce reaches your pantry, there's a remarkable journey, part greenhouse science, part big acre fieldwork. We'll start where it begins. Seed trays under warm lights, sturdy seedlings transplanted into long rows measured in acres, then guided by irrigation schedules and nutrition programs that coax vines to set uniform, deep red fruit. We'll also step into the less visible battle farmers wage every season against field mice and voles, tiny gnawers that can shred roots, chew stems, and wipe out rows overnight if left unmanaged. From ketchup on a burger to tomato sauce simmering in a gallon pot, this is an American story told in acres, gallons, and pounds. Ready to explore the journey from seed to sauce? Let's get started. The journey of each tomato plant for sauce begins with a tightly controlled process. Here, the seeds are placed in trays filled with nutrient-rich growing medium and kept at a constant temperature and humidity. Within a week, tiny green shoots will emerge. Farmers monitor them closely, checking the amount of light, moisture, and root growth. When each seedling reaches 20 to 30 centimeters in height, it is strong enough to be transplanted into the field. Modern farms do not rely solely on manual planting. Specialized transplanters plant each row of seedlings, dropping them into the ground with precision. This ensures uniform spacing, which is important for even growth and for later large-scale harvesting. In states like California and Florida, where thousands of acres are planted, machines can plant more than 10,000 seedlings per hour, something that would be impossible by hand. Once the plants are established, care becomes a daily responsibility. Tomatoes thrive for 90 to 120 days with a balanced diet, warm days, and cool nights. Irrigation is managed through a drip system, delivering water directly to the roots while conserving precious groundwater. In addition to water, fertilizers rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium help plants grow healthily and fruit ripen evenly. Farmers typically test the soil every few weeks, adjusting nutrition based on the health of the plants. Pest management is another important step. Insects like aphids or whiteflies can damage leaves and spread disease. Instead of relying heavily on chemicals, many U.S. farmers now combine natural predators like ladybugs with specialized treatments. This integrated approach protects both the crop and the environment. As the season progresses, the fields become seas of green dotted with yellow flowers, each promising a tomato. Farmers seek even ripening, aiming for a crop where 80–90% of the fruit turns deep red at the same time. To achieve this, irrigation is reduced 2 weeks before harvest, concentrating sugars and thickening the flesh. The result: firm, flavorful tomatoes that retain their freshness through mechanical harvesting and industrial processing. Behind each ripe tomato are months of planning, constant observation, and precision technology. Without this care, the factory's production line would have nothing to process. When tomato plants finally start setting fruit, another silent battle begins. Small rodents, field mice, voles, and gophers invade the fields. They chew roots, sever stems, and bite into ripening tomatoes. A few bites quickly spoil the fruit, attracting insects and rot. In a severe season, rodents can cut yields by 10–15%, a loss worth millions of dollars for U.S. growers. Rodents thrive where cover and food are easy. After nearby alfalfa or grain is harvested, they flood into tomato rows, nesting in ditches, field borders, or even under drip tape. Because tomato fields can stretch for hundreds of acres, the fight against mice is constant. Farmers treat it as part of their crop plan, not an afterthought. Scouting comes first. Crews walk rows weekly, marking burrows, clip stems, and gnawed fruit. If they find more than a few fresh holes, about 3-5 per 100 feet, they act. Some advanced farms use drones with thermal cameras to map rodent hotspots at night. Fences and barriers provide direct defense. Hardware cloth around young plants can stop early damage. Along perimeters, some farms bury mesh 8-12 inches deep. In high-pressure areas, electric fences deliver a mild shock, teaching rodents to stay out without harming larger wildlife. Traps and hunting still matter. Traditional snap traps and modern multi-catch devices are set near burrows. Some farms even organize night hunts with working dogs trained to flush and catch rodents. These methods are labor-intensive but highly effective in problem zones. Biological control offers natural balance. Barn owls are prized allies. One family can consume 3,000 rodents per year. Farmers mount nesting boxes every few hundred yards to attract owls. Hawks, falcons, and snakes also help keep rodent numbers down. Rodenticides are placed in tamper-proof bait stations, never spread openly. Farmers follow strict U.S. regulations, ensuring non-target animals and food safety are protected. Ground sensors detect vibrations of tunneling, while smartphone apps log trap counts and bait use, creating heat maps of infestations. This helps managers direct labor to the exact rows where pressure is highest. Ultimately, the fight is not about eliminating every rodent, it's about keeping populations below the level where they cause economic harm. With integrated strategies, habitat control, fencing, trapping, natural predators, and, when necessary, carefully managed chemicals, American farmers stay ahead. Without these defenses, countless tomatoes would never make it to harvest. With them, the balance shifts back in favor of the grower, ensuring healthy fields and steady supply for the factories waiting to turn red fruit into sauce. By late summer, the Central Valley glows red at sunrise. Crews walk the edges with clipboards and handheld refractometers, checking solids and color. The signal to roll is clear. 80–90% of the fruit has shifted to a deep, uniform red. About 2 weeks earlier, irrigation was tapered to concentrate pulp and sugars, firming each tomato so it can withstand shaking, belts, and a bumpy ride to the plant. Harvest is a choreographed sprint. Dispatchers line up fields, machines, and trucks so nothing sits. Modern two-row harvesters crawl down the beds, lifting vines onto a series of shakers that free ripe fruit while leaving stems behind. Fans and sifters blow out leaves and dirt. Onboard cameras scan every tomato for hue and defects. Pushers eject anything green, cracked, or sun, scalded before it travels further. The good fruit rides up to inspection belts, where trained eyes make a final, human call fast, consistent, and unforgiving. Clean tomatoes cascade into steel bins. A full bin can hold roughly 300,000 tomatoes, stacked like bright marbles. Loaders swing them onto waiting trailers. Each truck hauls up to 22 short tons per trip. Drivers tarp the loads to shield fruit from wind and sun, then head straight for the plant on pre-planned routes. During peak weeks, this loop repeats day and night. Field to scale, house, unload, return, repeat. Speed protects quality. Fruit left on a hot pad loses firmness. A delayed truck can back up an entire line of machines. That's why field bosses watch temps and push most picking into the cool hours, early morning and evening, so the pulp arrives dense and ready for cooking. At the gate, the scale records gross weight, and a quick sample cup is pulled for solids, color, and foreign material checks. If the numbers hit the mark, the load is waved to receiving. From there, the handoff is immediate. Trailers back up, bins tip, and tomatoes slide into gentle water flumes bound for washing. In a matter of hours, weeks of careful growing are converted into millions of pounds of clean, ripe fruit perfectly timed for the stainless steel world, waiting just beyond the doors. The moment a truck clears the gate, the crop's world turns from dust to stainless steel. Trailers tilt and tomatoes slide into a receiving flume, cool water that cushions the fruit and starts the first wash. Air is bubbled through the channel to stir leaves and dirt to the surface without scuffing delicate skins. A second wash follows under high-pressure sprays. From there, conveyor belts feed a gauntlet of cameras and color sensors. The system compares each tomato to preset standards. Quick air jets knock out green, cracked, or sunburned fruit. Human inspectors stand at the final belt because nothing beats trained eyes for the odd defect that machines miss. Next, the flow splits. For whole and diced products, steam blanchers loosen skins so peelers can remove them while keeping the flesh intact. For sauce, tomatoes are crushed into a smooth pulp and pumped into kettles or continuous flow evaporators. Heat climbs to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius, and gentle agitation keeps sugars from scorching. Salt, garlic, onion, olive oil, and a measured spice blend go in like clockwork. Some lines simmer longer to build body, others move faster for a brighter, fresher profile. Quality is measured in numbers as much as flavor. Operators track color, acidity, and viscosity, but solids bricks are the steering wheel. Table sauces run lower solids for pourability, while industrial paste is driven up to 28–30% solids with evaporators that strip off water without dulling taste. Inline refractometers watch the target. Lab techs still pull cups every few minutes to confirm the readout. Once the profile is right, the sauce is flash-cooled and routed to sterile holding tanks. Now comes the blur. High-speed fillers load up to 1,000 containers per minute, whether cans, glass jars, or plastic bottles. Each fill is checked by weight, lids are sealed by steam or vacuum, and seams are scanned for integrity. Vision systems verify label placement and date codes. Metal detectors add a final safeguard. Cases are coded for full traceability: plant, line, lot, and time, then stacked on pallets and shuttled to climate-controlled warehouses. In peak weeks, a single plant can move millions of pounds from raw fruit to shelf-stable product in a day. The distance from field to pantry is measured in hours. Tomatoes picked at sunrise can be sealed, cooled, cased, and ready for distribution before midnight. Before shipping, pallets are stretch-wrapped and scanned, with QR codes enabling lot-to-farm traceability in seconds. From a seed in a greenhouse tray to a sealed jar on a factory line, the journey of the tomato shows how farming, technology, and people work together. Nothing is left to chance. Soil is tested, irrigation is scheduled, harvesters are timed to the hour, and factories run non-stop because tomatoes ripen only once. We saw how U.S. growers care for their crops over the course of 9,120 days, protecting acres of tomatoes from insects and disease. We also explored the silent war against rodents, tiny pests that can destroy 10–15% of a yield, and the tools farmers use, from owl boxes and electric fences to traps, sensors, and bait stations. Harvest is the climax. Within a few short weeks, millions of pounds are gathered by machines that sort in real time, filling trucks that carry up to 22 tons each. Hours later, those tomatoes are in flumes, kettles, and fillers washed, cooked, and packed. Behind every jar is human effort. Farmers battling pests and weather, drivers running all night, workers on factory lines. That red sauce on pizza or spaghetti carries the weight of thousands of decisions, each one ensuring safety, flavor, and supply. So the next time you open a can of tomatoes, picture the vines under the hot California sun, the harvesters crawling across fields at dusk, and the endless hum of conveyors sealing jars. A simple sauce becomes a story of scale, resilience, and care, one that connects the farm to your table in just a matter of hours. If this journey inspired you, choose U.S.-grown tomato products, check lot codes for traceability, and refrigerate open jars used within 7 days to keep flavor at its peak.